Support your locals, starting with Space Smoke Shop, located on 125 East Pennington Street, Tucson, Arizona.
Space Smoke Shop. Cheap tobacco, any drink you can think of. We're also a hookah lounge and a venue. You'll love it.
Every second and fourth Tuesday is Punk Rock Tuesday at Space Smoke Shop, 125 East Pennington Street, downtown Tucson, Arizona. Be sure to tell them you heard about them on the GMR Podcast.
GMR. You're listening to the GMR Podcast.
You can hear my show on Stitcher. Stitcher is radio on demand. Download the free app today. Listen anytime, anywhere.
Stitcher is an award-winning free app that lets you listen to all your favorite shows, plus discover from 20,000 news, entertainment, and sports shows. Create custom playlists. Rate and review the GMR Podcast on Stitcher. Available on iOS, Android, Nook, and iPad. And over 4 million car dashboards.
On demand and on the go. No downloading, no syncing, and no wasted memory. Don't have Stitcher? Download it free today at Stitcher.com or in the App Store. And then I made a pot of coffee.
Yeah.
Aren't you? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna give Ray the headphones at some point. Can I wear the?
Hello?
Hello.
It's GMR Podcast, show 62.
13 weeks to Comic-Con.
That is correct,
Countdown.
right?
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
13.
I'm going to Comic-Con this year, and so can you.
And my name is Call Me Crazy.
And Ray is here.
And it's the rare Ramon Daniel
Uh-huh.
appearance.
Follow him on Twitter.
Or Facebook.
At
Like him on Facebook. Maybe friend him on Facebook. Maybe he'll be your friend. Ray's a nice guy.
At Ramon Daniel 73.
Correct.
I hear he's a social butterfly. He's
a
a mystery, an enigma. He's all these things. He's Ramon Daniel.
It's a podcast.
You guys know I'm good people.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's what we wouldn't do a podcast with an asshole, would we?
Thank you, Gene.
I wouldn't. I might. I don't know. I might. I
I
guess
just
I
want to
might.
give a shout out to Eric Schumacher. I've seen his commercial 3 times already.
A commercial. What?
And
What?
He does a great job.
What commercial?
Commercial for Watson O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Oh, is that right? And where's it air on? Do you have cable? Is it a cable commercial?
It's on every morning during the news hour. Between 6 and 8 a.m. Because I'm always up early in the morning.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
4, 3 a.m., dude. So I'm just doing my homework. And I see, out of the peripheral vision, I see like Eric Schumacher on the screen. I'm like, wait a minute. And I turn around and it was him in the commercial. And I was like,
Wow.
yeah, it was not Vantage
Wow.
West. It was O'Reilly.
Now let me ask you a question, Ray. Is it do you have cable?
I have not had cable since 1998.
So you have some like antenna going? You
No.
have digital converter?
No.
Well, how are you seeing this commercial without either one of those devices?
My mom and dad's flat screen TV.
Okay, but they must have some sort of it has a built-in antenna?
I guess so. They don't have a box.
Oh, okay. So you probably have a digital. You don't get any cable channels.
No, but we get the digital channel. You know, the HD.
So you have a digital converter. Okay.
But yeah, it was Eric Schumacher, and I saw the commercial.
What
and I was like-
station?
so I when I saw that commercial, I told myself, okay, I'm gonna run down to the free Wi-Fi and put a Twitter, put a tweet.
Sending a tweet.
Yeah, a year ago I never even heard of a tweet. Now here I am. I sent a tweet out earlier today, I think.
A year ago, it was 12 weeks to Comic-Con.
Oh, that was crazy.
I think
a
I'm
year
doing good
ago.
this year, guys. It's only March, and I'm already on my second podcast.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
first week of
let's-
March. So I'm on a good
we
roll.
gotta do
I
this
think.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you said Gilligan's Island you want it to
Oh,
be
yeah.
reminded of.
You want to go there right now?
It's not that I want to go there.
No.
It's that I just remembered that you wanted me to
Mm.
remind you about that.
I was getting into this Ray story
Well, that takes precedence.
because I can remember Gilligan's Island. So, what station was this?
Oh, yeah, that's
the Eric
It was
Schumacher-
Channel 9.
9.
K-Gun 9.
K-Gun 9.
Mm-hmm. Saw it 3 times. 3 days in a row I saw it. And then I didn't see it anymore. And it was not, I think, Advantage West? Nope. O'Reilly.
That's good money. Those guys have money.
Yeah, he's very what you call
What was the premise of the commercial?
well,
Maybe I've seen it.
you probably have.
What was it about?
He's the manager at the dealership, and a
Okay.
lady comes in with the car, and she's like, "I'm having trouble with this car," and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, O'Reilly Chevrolet will help you," and blah blah, and he's like waving after her in the car, and she's like waving into him. Total cheesy commercial, but the point is he's doing a good job.
Cool.
Point is he's making an effort to be seen out there.
So it's totally fake though. But if you go to O'Reilly's, Eric's not going to be there and help you
he's
with
not
the
really.
car.
No,
You know what I mean? Because that's what you want. If you're at home and you see that commercial, you're like, that's why you're going because friendly Eric is there, right? You don't even know his name. They probably don't tell you his name.
Yeah, but I thought it was cool seeing him because I
It
know
is
that
cool.
guy. I met that guy. I was at his movie premiere.
I-
My best friend wrote
I
a
saw-
movie project with him.
I saw him on a panel at Comic-Con last year.
That's right.
A couple panels. That
That's
dude's a
right.
star. He does a web TV series.
The deal is with the Comic Con, it's the 4 of us, Mark Brady.
Yeah, probably.
More than likely.
If not, with the
And-
Hardcore 3.
Yeah.
What about Cliff Campbell?
Well, that's still a giant question mark, much like these
Oh,
faces
I
of the
thought
rest of
he
the
was
guests.
committed.
Well, he wants to go.
Oh, we
And
all
and
want to go,
And the
man.
room is there, but we'll see. Yo, you didn't know?
Oh, you
I'm
didn't know?
showing Ray the rest of the announcement.
Your ass
so
better
far.
call somebody.
And
Brian Posehn. That's right,
Yeah.
Brian Posehn.
He's doing a comedy thing that's an extra $20 a ticket.
One of my favorite podcasts is Nerd Poker
Yeah.
with
She's
Brian
in
Posehn and friends.
Silent Bob. She's in Big Bang Theory.
Yep.
She was in Buffy.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh, he's freaking out on the girl.
Yes.
I'm freaking out on Brian Posehn. Okay,
Oh
we're in
my
two different
God.
places. She was on the Big Bang Theory. That's that one girl,
yeah,
right?
she's the FBI agent.
Yes.
Oh my God! And then homeboy Gimli,
Yep.
Gimli from Lord of the Rings,
Treebeard.
and Treebeard, correct?
You know what would have been really good in those Lord of the Ring movies? Brian Posehn. He could have been some sort of something. Look, he's
And
like
we
an
met that
ogre.
guy.
Yeah.
We met him in California.
Yes.
We shook his hand.
I've seen the selfie or the photograph.
Yeah.
Well,
it's,
that-
it's just a picture.
No, it's just a photograph. It's
That
not a
reminds me,
selfie.
guy.
No, a selfie is when you do
All right.
this.
So what is? So
Yeah.
you don't like selfies? Is that what you're saying? Selfies are
No,
weak.
a selfie is when you take a picture of yourself.
I know. Okay.
If you're
Okay.
getting your picture taken with somebody else, that's
It's
just
not
a
a selfie.
picture.
But what if you're holding it?
If you were doing that with the person next to
Yeah.
you, then that's a selfie. Yeah.
Okay. Then it's not weak to do that
No.
or lame.
That's a whole other podcast.
Okay, because I
Well,
thought sometimes I think like whenever I say that word selfie, you like get super defensive, Marty.
I want you to say it
You
in,
just
with
want
the
me to
correct
use it in the
context.
right context. Okay,
'Cause you're,
because
you're going around thinking selfie means something that it doesn't.
all right,
like a-
but I really know what it means.
sexual
I just
innuendo.
like to get that. I was just trying to get that conversation out of you, bro. Because that first time you did jump on me when I said it, so now I'm kind of playing with you. So let me say so again. So selfies are awesome. That's what I think. Taking selfies, just don't take them with your ball sack.
I
And
think if
you
I
do,
just close my eyes.
there we go.
I'll wake up at Comic-Con tomorrow.
And you might be seeing that guy right there. There's a photograph
He
that should.
specifically asked me, "Where are you from?" I thought, Tucson, Arizona.
So,
Dude, that's the closest I'll ever be to Rob Zombie, dude. 6 degrees of separation from Rob Zombie.
not 6, what, 2?
Oh, man. I can't wait for Comic-Con,
Are
guys.
these pictures on your Facebook,
Probably. Yeah.
Ray? Are they?
I think so. Well, if they're not, they should be. We'll work on that.
Yeah, we will.
But anyway,
Kima.
So
GMR.
Gilligan's Island, right?
Well, I'm sorry, guys. I haven't taken the bus all week, so I don't have no bus story. I've been walking everywhere, no money, but that's okay.
So,
I'll have a bus story next week for you guys.
so on Gilligan's Island, you like Gilligan's Island, right, Ray?
Love that show.
So I'm watching this episode where there's like a voodoo witch doctor on the island. Remember that one? And he made those what do you call those things? Dolls? Made voodoo dolls?
Uh-huh. I remember that one. Do you remember the NBC movies?
Yeah. Let me get this out though. I gotta focus because it's a hard. Oh, there we go. The comic book me and Marty wrote. There's a zoom in on my forehead right there. What's it say?
Wow.
can't make that out. It's
All right, that's cool. So
your
Gilligan's
shirt
Island
says Nerd of the Year.
Yeah, because that's how Robert thought of me.
And
Robert,
his shirt says Tank Tops Rule.
that's right. Like he didn't look like an idiot, right? And your shirt says MM or something.
Well, what I was thinking about.
So,
I'm sorry about
all right. So, Gilligan's Island, there's the witch doctor on the island.
Dillygaff's Island?
Dillygaff's Island. So Dillygaff goes into the cave and he's finding all these relics, right? Because he's out exploring. That's how it starts.
I remember.
And that sets off the witch doctor, who's apparently just right there, you know what I mean? Or, because he's a witch doctor, he senses it, so he gets in his little boat and goes to the island. I don't know how the witch doctor works. Because he had powers. He totally had powers. He's like fucking making them dance on fire and shit. And he made the professor like stand still for like 24 hours and it rained on him.
I remember.
And the professor's explaining to them how it's all bullshit. And then he gets frozen for, and at the end he still thinks it's bullshit because he's the professor, who he really wasn't even a professor. That's a whole nother story. He was a school teacher, right? But I guess to fucking idiots like them, he was a fucking professor, right?
And speaking of professor, he just passed away a month ago.
Yeah.
That's right.
He passed away. a
Was
month
not in the Oscar montage.
ago. He was not in there. With Paul Walker in the montage?
Probably.
Speaking about the Oscar, I want to do Tucson's very own.
I'm gonna bring
How
this
Ellen
all the way
DeGeneres-
back around. I am.
How Ellen
ahead.
DeGeneres did the Academy Award selfie. I wanted to do Tucson's very own selfie with the
You watched
Gene and the television. Eric Schumacher, Call Me Crazy. Get everybody who's a who's who in Tucson, and we'll do our own version of the selfie. And then we'll post it and say, Tucson's very own Oscar selfie. What do you think, guys?
Gilligan's Island selfie. And go.
Hey, you know they're making a movie next year, right?
What,
Gilligan's Island.
Uh-huh.
They're redoing Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, not surprising.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Well, Ed Helms is doing Chevy Chase's character in the National Lampoon movie reboot.
That's about time. I've
Wow.
been saying that. I'm like, Ed Helms. Well, that's the guy.
And then also, too, I don't know if this is real, Ed Helms is supposed to be doing the Bill Murray character in Caddyshack reboot.
I've heard Ed Helms as a penis
That's what I heard.
Like a
on the
pit
radio
bull,
this
dude.
morning.
I heard it's like all pointy. You ever see a dog's dick? You know how red they get? And they're all pointy at the end? I
Edit
heard
point.
Ed Helms has the dog dick. That's
Edit-
what I
edit point.
heard. No, you don't even dare cut that out, dude.
PowerPoint.
That is classic, dude. What, Ed Helms is going to get mad at me? Why don't you want to hear that in 20 years? That's going to be funny, dude. In 20 years, you're going to look
In
back
20
at that.
years, then we'll release the uncut versions.
Oh, well, fuck that, dude.
People will be like, what?
So,
What did they say?
okay, so
Oh.
500 years from now, what is this podcast going to be considered? A classical podcast?
Well, if you're listening 500 years from now, tweet us at GMR Podcast. We'll get it somewhere.
Tweet
somehow.
our brain forms that now exist in the library.
Yeah.
'Cause
The GM Archives.
Wow.
GM Archives.
Archives. Wow.
what we need to start doing,
Let's make a podcast out of all just the deleted portions.
there you go. That'd
And
be,
we don't
that'd
have
be
to be here.
fascinating. Do you have
Who
those?
would have to be
Do you
here?
have those cuts?
Oh, of course. I
just
keep all the
sliced
stuff.
away, just all the sliced
No, I
shit.
just have the uncut ones to the
Mm.
side. But
Oh, I was gonna say because that would just be interesting. Just everything you've ever cut out of the show, just back to back. Just one time I fucked a fucking.
you get the idea.
Yeah,
That
something,
reminds
something.
me, when is the
One
the
time I
live
put
show
this
for
one
this
thing.
month?
Live show is next week.
Next
is
week.
live podcast.
Next Saturday, correct?
Yeah, 6
also
o'clock.
known as the end of
Yay!
television.
I will be
right.
there because I don't have no DJ
And-
Yeah,
gig.
right.
The
Ray.
beginning of
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. You'll be there, Ray. Yeah,
He'll be
you'll-
there in
yeah.
spirit.
You'll be
I-
sure, Ray. Right.
I
Ray
will be there.
I've listened to too many podcasts where you're like, "Hey, yeah, I'll be there next week, guys."
Yeah.
and then there's like 5 more podcasts, and there's like no Ray. You know how disappointed JJ gets when that happens.
Well, you know
dude?
Well, Ray was there. He just wasn't talking last
Oh,
week.
that's we try and
Well, you
mock
know
it
how
up
sad
like
I
that,
get.
but that's not the truth.
He just comes in and does the commercials
It's
and
not.
leaves.
That's
But I
those
guess
commercials are. Our audience they're not fools.
Well,
okay?
I was missing an action for some podcast, but it says R on the podcast, and I feel sad and bad about
Well,
it.
you are represented by the commercials.
Yeah, I
we
know,
cut.
and I'm not the podcast.
GM represent.
You know, people know. At least they have that. JJ has that. I wouldn't be surprised if sometimes he just stops right. He just listens to like half the podcast, and he's like, "Fuck, there's no Ray here." He just listens to the first 5 minutes of it, and he's like,
Well,
"Ray's
it's
not
funny.
there.
I have been talking.
Why waste my time? I could be playing Rocksmith. I
Well-
could be doing lots of things.
I had talked to more. I had talked
I
to
could go to
JJ
Circle
more
K
this
and buy
month
a shake.
than I have in the past 40, 20 years.
Yeah, you're
Ray's all over Facebook.
you're
now.
social.
Yes, I am.
You're social
if I'm not
dynamo, dude.
if I'm not doing homework, I'm on Facebook.
Yep.
So what's going on with Sarah then? Give me some Sarah updates.
What's up?
What's going on with Sarah? Sarah.
I never met her.
I know, but you're talking to her on.
We message each other.
Yeah. So what's she up to, man? What's going on?
She sent me a picture of her favorite T-shirt.
Cool.
I haven't been on too much on Facebook today because I've been doing homework.
Every Thursday, they have game day over at their house.
I thought it was first and
Well, she
Third
invited me
Tuesdays.
She invited me to a tournament. I don't know, a card tournament. Gene?
Yeah. Last time they were on the podcast, they came down for the last end of television.
one of the first things she said is, "Where's Ray?"
Where's Ray? I know. I'm hoping you guys don't meet, and then she's just like fucking super disappointed or something. Because in her mind, she's built you up like, you're in a. She doesn't know what to. You could be anything. You've captured her imagination. That's what I'm saying, Ray.
Did I mention the coffee?
Oh yeah, I've been drinking a pot of coffee a day. So there we go. Hey,
Well,
I think it's really helping the podcast, though. Maybe
Yeah, today's the first day of the rest of your life.
that's right. The first week of the rest of my life, dude.
I had that effect on people again.
I
guess.
just
But
moved
Can I tell
in-
you guys something?
No.
2 days
All
ago,
right.
my sociology class.
What?
a person said, "Excuse me, professor, but I just gotta ask this guy. Hey, do you have a cable TV show?" Right? And everybody and the professor in the class, like
The professor.
the
The
and you know what they
professor
said?
and Raymond and
You know what they said? They all said, "We knew that you were somebody, but we couldn't point it out." And everybody in the class like, "I saw you last night. I saw you a month ago. I've been seeing you for a year." And the professor said, "I think I've seen you a couple times."
Yeah,
young man."
like you're ineligible for this class now.
And it's funny.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm too close to it now. I
Explain
can't
that
do
time you lit
this.
that guitar on fire.
It's a social class. It's a sociology class, but I'm a social outcast in the class. How
Not
funny.
anymore, Ray. Ray
Not anymore. No.
well, so
You're a
basically,
celebrity
so
now.
the teacher diffused the situation with the class because it's probably been distracting people for the entire time you've been
Having
there.
James Franco
Who
in
the
their
fuck
class.
is? Why is James Franco in
The
my fucking
celebrity
class?
taking all the.
What's happening
I-
here?
I swear to God, every day at Pima, I walk by somebody and I know that look.
That was the
You
last.
know that look.
Oh,
They're-
I know that look.
That look, I get it every day. They're like,
I think I just get that because I look like a freak.
no,
You
because
guys get that look?
you get that
I'm
look
not
because
even
you're
on-
recognized.
I doubt that. I'm not on television
go in front of the camera
nearly
that
as much
much,
as
yeah.
you.
Well,
I'm
I
sure
was
at one time you were
But
probably getting the look
at one,
when you were
well,
on
that's
TV
true.
all
Do
the
you still
time.
show those?
No,
No,
I mean unless people are watching Pondo Theater, maybe.
and that's really out of focus. And I'm over here. I don't want to be on television because I only have the 5 teeth,
And
you know, and that's really not attractive.
Well, we don't shoot in HD.
But let's get back to Gilligan's Island.
Oh, with the
All right.
professor.
Because you were telling the story last time you were on the podcast when my friend TC was here. You remember that? You were
Oh,
telling
yeah.
the story about how people were every other day somebody at school is coming
Because
up
they
to
would-
you and
they
saying,
would-
"Wow, I see you all the." Yeah, so you're a celebrity at Pima College. Which one do you go to? The West Campus?
I go to West Campus, downtown campus, and Desert Vista campus.
Ah, you're all over the goddamn place, Ray.
And
You ever shoot over to the east side?
And
That
what-
means people still watch public access.
they do watch public access, right?
It's right up there when you're flipping. So you're going from channel 13 on up. Next thing you know, you're at channel 20.
So you know what the professor said? "Oh, so you've been doing your own kind of social work." I said, "I guess I have."
Extra
been."
credit, dude.
Have you been educating people about social policies? I said, "I guess I have been."
For almost 20 years.
And I said, "Oh,
You should maybe think about cutting some of your best stuff, like when you're standing in the wash and talking about whatever the fuck the shit
Oh.
you've read in the paper. The shit
He can just
really
perform it live.
the stuff that really grinds your gears.
wait, grind
That's
my
all I'm
gear."
saying.
Oh, Marty, tomorrow
Urban
we're
sprawl.
filming "Call Me Crazy."
Oh, Call Me Crazy.
Dude,
Come back.
I'm bringing this all back.
The great Call Me
I
I
have
got
10
3
pages
more
of notes. I'm gonna go off on everything and everybody tomorrow.
I mean, Robert's giving me 4 shows a week, and it's
Oh,
like we need
no.
some
No,
Call
no,
Me
So
no.
Crazy.
Gilligan's Island. Gilligan's
I'm sorry. Tomorrow I'm gonna bring a 40, a couple Black and Miles, and I'm gonna sit here in front of the camera for 2 hours.
Gilligan.
And I'm
Hey,
and I'm
come
gonna
pick
get
me
rant.
up, man. Should I take the bus over here? And
I'm gonna rant. I'm gonna rant.
Ray
rant.
can't have anybody else in the fucking building when he's doing a show.
what?
I even go leave the room.
Can I come sit in the bathroom with
Well,
you?
it distracts him. Sure. Well, the party will be in the bathroom. We'll
I mean,
leave
we
Ray
could
out
just
here.
close your door,
Sure.
right? We could just
And-
close your
but then
door.
sometimes
dude.
I
And
got-
then we'll have to listen and be like, hey, the red light's flashing on the
Yeah.
camera. We're going to change the tape.
we can just sit in your room, bro.
But Gene, there are times too when I get.
Well, I guess the bathroom would be better because of the sound bleed.
Yeah.
There are times I'm like 40 minutes into my monologue, I get real emotional.
You start
You know,
crying
and I see
stuff.
Marty's like, he can walk gently by, and he's trying not to listen too much about my personal stuff, but he can't, so he couldn't hear it anyways.
I'm sure I watch it more than anybody.
Yeah,
when he puts it
he's
together.
got to cut this anyway, so he's gonna watch every second of it.
What's that?
I say he's got to cut your show together, edit it, and
Yeah,
put it
I mean,
together.
you know me.
Like
I talk about
he has
anything.
to listen to every second of this podcast and sometimes twice. Sometimes he'll
Well, you know what happened?
what? Because I still got this Gilligan
They
Island
thought
story.
they thought they were going to shut the studio down. How many times? And
Oh,
Ray
50.
kept doing farewell episodes.
Oh,
So he
shit.
finally did this farewell episode that was so sad and depressing. And you know, there just hasn't been that many Call Me Crazy episodes done since then. It was as if you checked out.
Kind
And you
of,
came back and you're like, I guess we're still on.
kind of
Okay,
broke.
well here's some old shit.
That's exactly. That's when I meant emotional.
But anyways,
So
Anyway.
Gilligan's in the fucking cave, and he's looking. He found all this jewelry and shit, right?
and it belonged to Mr. Howell, didn't it?
So he pulls out. The professor's looking at it. He's a fucking professor, but
always
he's not
about the
really a
professor.
professor. He's a high school.
There's like 6 other
I don't
people
know.
on that fucking
I don't-
island, and it's always about the
There's only 9
professor.
people, dude.
So the professor's looking at this vase or some shit, right?
Then Gilligan
And he's
dropped
like,
it.
"This is obvious. This is early Mayan, right?" And I'm like, "How the fuck is this Mayan thing getting into the Pacific
Well, it's like-
Island?
it's like that
right?
show
That's
Lost.
somewhere near Hawaii."
Gilligan's
But
Island
the
operates on
you
the
know,
same realm as
here's
Lost.
the thing: the professor has no fucking problem with that. All right, he has
Make
a
it
problem.
out of coconuts.
He has a problem with voodoo because that's not science. But he has no problem with the Mayan fucking jewelry and fucking pottery there. What the fuck, Ray? You're supposed to turn that shit off, man.
That's a timer.
So that's what I'm saying. This show is such horse shit, but it's fucking great.
Dude, Gene,
You
that
know?
was perfect. You talked about history, pop culture. That was perfect.
Social work.
What else? I got 2 more subjects I really need to get off my chest on this podcast.
And you talked about the Mayans. I think that's the first time we talked about Mayans on the podcast.
I think it might be.
All right, here's a good
Well,
Mayan
since
story.
the Mayan calendar.
You remember? All right, the Mayan calendar was supposed to end last year.
No, 2 years
Oh,
ago.
2 years ago.
2012. Well,
We're in the future now.
okay, December 21st, 2012, right? That was when the Mayan calendar ended.
2012? What are you talking about? It's 1995.
So
2000.
the year,
It's 19
the year
something.
before that, December 21st, 2011, which is the equinox, right? The winter equinox.
Hello?
The moon was blood red. Do you remember that? Because there was a lunar eclipse.
What's up?
Yes, I do remember.
It was blood red, which I thought was ironic, and maybe that's what they meant by that calendar. They thought, well, that's a good day to stop the calendar. Maybe it was just a year off or something.
No, you're correct.
We have a phone call.
Is that Sarah?
Hello?
Marty, it's James.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, it's James.
Hey,
He'll be here just in time for the after show. But
That'll be
anyways, get your
awesome.
2 topics out. We got a few
Oh,
minutes.
fuck, I forgot the second topic. Do you remember the
I thought you were
second
talking
topic?
about James Law.
The second topic was always take notes.
No, all right,
777.
motherfucker. Well, let me get this one topic in there, okay?
Taking notes?
You'll love this, bro. You'll love this. So, Scooby-Doo.
Oh,
There's a
yeah.
new Scooby-Doo movie coming out.
Yeah, with the Miz, yeah.
Scooby-Doo WrestleMania
Yeah, we
Mystery.
talked about that a few weeks ago.
Okay,
They're
god damn it.
rebooting
It looks
Scooby-Doo?
really awesome.
Yeah, we're looking for a copy of that. So, Scooby-Doo and the
As
guy
soon
from
as
the
you
real
get
world.
that, we're going to... Oh, man. That's going to be such a good day. It's got The Miz. It's got John Cena, Triple H, and Vince McMahon, and AJ Lee.
I'm sorry. The coolest WWE wrestler of all time is Roddy Piper.
I would argue that point and say the coolest WWE wrestler of all time was...
Who? Andre the Giant?
Oh, now all of a sudden I drew a blank on his name, so we'll cut this. Andre was really cool. Oh, man, what was his name? He was so cool, I can't remember his name. That's how cool this guy was.
There you go.
Ricky the Steamboat Dragon.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat? Ricky Steamboat. Ric Flair is obviously the best wrestler
Ooh.
there ever was.
Is it Ric Flair the guy who does the suck it thing?
No, that would be. You're probably thinking of Shawn Michaels. Ric Flair is the. Oh, you don't know who Ric Flair is?
I know who he is, but he has some sort of
You're pretty
hand signal that
busy.
he does, or
4 Horsemen. He used to be one of the 4 Horsemen.
Google it.
4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
The Boogeyman. This dude came out there, and he would first thing he would do is
GMR.
he'd carry a clock with him, and then he'd like a big alarm clock,
Like Flavor Flav.
and he would slam it on his head and fucking break it on his head, and like sometimes the glass or the plastic would get stuck in his head. And he had this like a staff that spewed noxious smoke.
It's like that Rick James story.
And he'd carry earthworms in his pocket.
What?
Right? And then at the end of the match, he'd pull them out and he'd put them in his mouth. And then he'd felch them into whoever lost the opponent's mouth. It was fucking awesome. It was the best gimmick I ever saw in my life, dude.
GMR.
Fucking A, that dude. The only problem was he was pretty old when he started. He was on Tough Enough, and he lied about his age. And that got him cut from the show right there because wrestling, you don't fucking, there's none of that bullshit. Wrestling is a serious occupation. You can't, people's fucking lives and health's online. You don't be fucking around.
Edit point.
What?
I just wanted to say that at
Just
random.
at a point. All right, GMR Podcast brought to you by
GMR.
GMR, and Ray Daniel is here. So, woo, GMR.
And I will be here next week.
Yeah, okay, Ray. GMR.
Thanks, guys. And now it's time for the after show.
After show.
Well, Ray made it back for the after show.
After show.
Oh, we're here.
So we're
But
waiting for James. Well,
yeah.
Can you pause it?
Well, I would think that
Can you just pause it?
any time now. See how that works?
Is he knocking?
No, don't lock it. It was unlocked already, dude. There you go.
There he is.
What up, man?
First appearance ever. Ever.
What's up, G?
Here you go, man.
What's up, guys?
You're on the after show.
All right, after show. What up, man?
What up, James?
Long time no see you, Marty.
So what was your take on Gilligan's Island?
Yeah, that Gilligan's Island
Oh, me?
episode with the headhunter.
Gilligan's
Or
Island.
not
Wow.
the headhunter, not the witch doctor.
I remember that. I remember that episode.
It was
Cool.
Fucking voodoo was totally real, right? Remember the professor was like fucking frozen, and they all fucking they all burnt their feet. Their feet got super hot, and they had to run out to the fucking beach to cool off their feet, and their fucking shoes were melted. Their shoes were melted. How many pairs of shoes did they bring with them, right?
I do remember that.
Fuck.
They had a new pair of shoes every week.
They must have. Fucking A, man. Those girls knew how to make pie and shit.
Packed a lot of shoes.
What's happening?
Coconut radios.
It was
That
a
my
3-hour tour.
That is.
Coconut radios. That was my favorite. with great reception.
What about the lie detector?
I don't
What
think
about
they
the lie
wanted to
detector?
leave.
Yeah.
Which is total bullshit. That was just the professor trying to cover up so nobody thought he was trying to fuck Mrs. Howell. He just didn't want anybody to fucking think that.
But why were they calling the professor when there were only 9 people on the island?
There's 7.
7 people?
The Gilligan. Oh, fucking somebody sing. Insert the song. Right?
Skipper.
There you go.
Well,
A
all I gotta say,
millionaire.
Mary Ann jump started my puberty.
Well, Marianne was obviously the hottest.
Yeah.
The hottest one.
Uh-huh.
Although Mrs. Howell wasn't bad.
No, she wasn't.
The movie
She was
star.
good to go.
The movie star. That was the one.
What is it? And the rest.
And the rest. That was the Howls.
So we have James Woolhite on the
Right.
podcast.
First time.
Welcome.
First time, long time.
I've been
Welcome.
listening to the episodes, but I haven't been on one.
Now you have,
Now
James.
I'm on one. Nice.
So we were talking about Comic-Con, James.
Right on. The Phoenix one?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right on.
13 weeks to go.
Is that the one you're going to be in? Or
We're going to be at.
are you going to be at? Okay.
Wait a
I
minute.
don't think we have any
Speaking
Last
of
year,
Comic
panels
Con,
going on. Yeah, the last year we did.
what is up
Awesome.
with that Andrew Garfield story about Spider-Man? He bailed out.
I have no idea.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard.
You'd have to listen to a podcast to get information about that.
Yeah, I saw on Yahoo that he bailed out on Spider-Man 3 that he wants to do his own line.
He wants to do line?
Yeah, he wants to look line.
Spider-Man never did lines.
He
Not
swung,
my Spider-Man.
he swung on lines.
It's the new generation Spider-Man does line.
Last I heard. He was swinging on lines.
Doing lines online. Doing lines offline.
GMR.
GMR. So,
Well, we're wrapping things up here on the after show because the after show is only 5
I know,
minutes
I
long.
know.
Let's bring up 3 more topics. And Marty has to
Well, what
get
else did
off.
we talk about? That was everything.
I forgot my third subject.
No bus stories this week.
No bus story.
We'll save those for next week.
Oh, believe me, I will have a bus
I'm trying
story
to
next
take
week.
notes. I'm a little more stable now. I can start taking notes. I moved out of my hellhole, so
Good.
Right on. It's a good start.
now I live in a box I'll probably die in. But at least it's not hell.
At least it's your box.
My box.
Yes. It's-
There's nobody else dying in the box with you.
No,
There-
no.
That's the important part.
In a box.
Dude, life should be good when there's nobody dying next to you.
I got a frozen pot roast in the freezer, Ray. I can maybe make pot roast if I figure.
You have a crock pot?
I have a
Can't
crock
make
pot, bro.
Dude, get up in the morning.
Okay.
Get up in the
Cooking
morning.
show.
Throw it in.
With Ray.
Cooking with Ray.
Get up in the morning. Salt,
Pod cooking.
pepper, garlic, oil. Put the roast in there. 8 hours later, on 300 degrees, 8 hours later,
What kind
You're
of
good to
oil?
good. you're good to go.
What kind of oil?
Cooking oil, vegetable oil. Get the little slab.
Motor oil.
Could I use margarine?
10W.
Or you can use butter, margarine.
40.
Okay.
You can use olive
Could
oil.
I throw potatoes in there?
You can throw potato, carrots, celery, red potato, yam,
Nobody
Red
eats
Bull.
celery.
Red Bull, vodka. I mean,
The list goes
the
on.
possibilities are endless, Gene.
GMR.
But salt, pepper, garlic, butter, can't go wrong with that.
And we'll have that for you next week
Mhm.
on the GMR Taste
We're gonna
Cast.
post that
I'll
recipe.
I'll
on
post the
Twitter.
picture on Facebook.
Yeah.
We're gonna put that on
Tweet it.
Twitter. And we're getting a Facebook pretty soon.
That's right.
And that Kickstarter.
GMR Facebook.
We need better recording equipment. We need portable recording
Yeah.
equipment.
We need Pro Tools.
So we're gonna get a Kickstarter. We only need like $5
Portable Pro
bucks,
Tools.
maybe less than $1,000. We could get better portable equipment. I don't know about
That's
better,
right.
but portable.
And we'll have that all for you next week
Mobile.
when it's only
Or in
when
the
it's only
future.
12 weeks to go.
They should have a podcasting app.
GMR.
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 GMR. Wow.